Hello, my name is Omar Ali, and this is my clothing brand, Street Slaves. Well, Street Slaves is everyday life. That's what it means. It means if you get up and you go to work every day, you know, the average person, you're working for a corporation. If you're not working for a corporation, you're living on the streets and you're doing street things. Therefore, we're saying street slaves, but the goal is to say, we are not street slaves. That's not what we want to do. We are not the average person. You understand? That's what we're saying. Like I said, it's about everyday life. It's about just things that we do. Living in America. It's just me living in America, and what I've seen, and going to work. Even myself, when I worked, going to work. If you're not working, you're living on the streets. That's what it's about. Well, the name came about back in 2002 when I was in college, and I was, I used to do these like wild college parties, and I thought about it, and I just sat around and I said, you know what? I said, man, we go to work every day. I'm going to work. I think I was working at Wendy's at the time, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to work every day. I'm going to school. It's like, damn, it's like I'm a slave, like I'm a slave and out here, and that's how I came up with it. Surprisingly, I got a lot of positive feedback about Street Slaves. A few years ago, I used to work in law enforcement, so I used to work in this prison, and the guys that was in prison, I used to wear the shirt underneath my uniform, and a lot of the guys in prison, they loved the idea. They was like, okay, yeah, I got a lot of feedback from a lot of older guys, older people that way older than me, 40 and 50 years old. They tell me they love it. A lot of college kids in the early 20s, somewhere around there, they love the idea. So yeah. Like I said, I had this brand been around for about 20 years. Since about 2002. It's over the years.